Hi everybody, what's up? Today we're looking at Dreaming and Easy Box from TryHackMe, which involves exploiting RCE in Plug CMS and using misconfigured MySQL permissions to gain access to gain privesc for that user and exploiting a write permission on a Python library script to gain access to the Morpheus user, and also looking at an unintended way to solve this machine by exploiting and gaining privesc on machine if you're a member of group LXT. So let's just start. Let's grab the IP, connect to the TryHackMe VPN, and using nmap for scan to look at the services and open ports on this box, and saving the nmap output in a file. So let's just look at it. Let's just check if it's port already open, and yeah, it's basic Apache default page on Ubuntu, and we can run GoBuster against it. GoBuster, directory scan, directory fuzz, IP. We're using GoBuster word list for directory brute forcing, the directory t3 medium.txt, and we're gonna use 20 threads, and also gonna save the output to file GoBuster log. So let's just wait. We can also look around. Let's just check if there is robust.txt. No, there is not robust.txt, but we found an app. So there is app, and we also got our nmap scan back. So there are only two ports open. One is SSH and other is 80. So okay. So what's in the app? We got some folder plug 4.7.3, and it landed us on this web page. And okay, so it's powered by plug. It's plug CMS. You see right down plugcms.org. There's an admin page, and we're logged in. I was solving the room, so yeah. So if we go to admin now, so yeah, we will get back to this. But first, there is a plug and its version. If we just Google this, we'll land on this exploit. It's a file upload remote code execution on the specific version, so I'm taking a bet. So what's it doing? The exploit is basically logging into login.php using the password as password. If we can just try that password, and if we try to log in, yes, password correct, we are logging in, and we enter the interface of CMS. Next it is doing is it's uploading a web shell here, admin.php actions.file. It's stored. You can just change it to files, and we are here. So if we just go to back, this is the page we landed on. If we just look around and click on pages and manage files, you can land here. We're not gonna use this exploit, we're just gonna do it manually. So we know it's doing something here, and if we go down, it's uploading a phar file. It's basically PHP archive file. We can try uploading a PHP shell. We can stop this now. I don't think we will need it. So if we just ctf thm rev.php php here, if we just try to upload a PHP file, see rev.php, let's just change its name to rev.php to hoodie.php. Okay, so if we just open it and upload it, you see it's changing that .php after it's appending that .txt file, and if you can just move over it, it's doing nothing. So what we can do here is let's upload hoodie.php hoodie.php archive file, and let's just start a listener. It's a basic PHP reverse shell. You can get one from here. Just enter your 10.0 IP and port you want to listen on, and if we just go down here, PHP pen test monkey, this is the shell. You can click here and save it in a file and try uploading here. So if we upload now, php.var, double click it and hit upload. It's uploaded. If we just move over it, You see, we got a shell. So this is how we first got an initial foothold on this box. There's also, you can also upload, you don't need to upload a like full-on reverse shell. What you can do is you can make a like PHP archive file and write this code exec echo shell exec and get request on this parameter like Voldemort. Let's just name it Voldemort and let's just save it. So what this is gonna do is you'll see if you just upload this now, upload it. Okay, it's uploaded. Let's just move over it. So it's showing us nothing here, but if you try to append, if you try to pass it a parameter Voldemort and pass it a Linux command like who am I, it's going to run that command on the system. So it's basically giving us remote code execution on the system. It's executing that command, that value we pass to this parameter directly into the shell, and it's echoing the output to us. So you can just get a reverse shell from here, like which netcat, user bin netcat, uh, or you could have just like uploaded using this 3.var. Let's just move further. You can paste anything, like you can paste any shell from there in this parameter and you'll get a shell. But let's just not waste time and get our shell back. Let's just stable it first. Let's just check if the box has Python in it. It has. We can stable it using import pdy and pdy.spawn. Spawn a bin bash shell. Okay. Export terms extern and background it. We can use fix. My fix alias is this. It's running stdy row echo and moving the suspended job and front, like foreground. So we're good to go. So let's just move to the folder where this website is hosted. It's an app and plug. So here we are. We'll land here, and our first is Lucien flag. So if we just ls at home directory, we got 3 users, and let's check if we can look and Lucien. We can, but we cannot cat the flag because it is owned by Lucien and we cannot read it. So there is a file if you just ls into it, and there is a file like admin.php. Let's just cat that file. What's in it? It's just checking the page we logged in from. Nothing else. Okay, so what's else? There are a couple of things you can do. You can run linpiece in it, and let's just run linpiece. Opt tools, and I got my linpiece up here, and we can move to dev shm. Or you could have also like look at like manually enumerate this box, and you would have found some things. Like if we just look at the opt directory, there are 2 scripts that we can look at. There is test.py and getDreams.py, and dreams.py is owned by that user. We can read it, and we can read and execute this test.py. So it's owned by Lucien users. So our first flag is that one. So let's just focus on that, and it got a password which is hey Lucien 1999 and exclamation mark. And you can just get into Lucien using this password, but let's just, for the sake of the box, we can run linpiece. So you'll have an exact idea that we can farm this stuff using linpiece too. I would like to show you another thing, which is Linux Smart Exploit. It's a good one and it's faster. So let's just use this one. So the next smart exploit, you can just Google it, Linux smart enumeration, sorry, not exploit. If you just Google this script, it's the first link. I can leave it in the description, you can use it and just download the script and you can run it. So let's just run it at level 1. We don't know the password, press enter. It will show us the basic information. Are there other users in administrative groups? Hell yeah. And basic path variables and shells. Do we know if any other user used sudo? It's Lucien. And writable files outside the user's home directory. So and did it find these files for us? Let me see. On jobs, capabilities, you can log in into SSH using root. What else? Okay, this SUID binary list. Nothing that we need right now. And here, showed us this command that's running by Morpheus user, but we don't need it right now. It showed us what else? What else it showed? We didn't got this. It just showed us some processes list, and we can run linpiece. Let's see. I'm sure linpiece will get it. It's getting the directory right now. But let's just not waste time and SSH into Lucien user till the linpiece run, and we can SSH into it. Yes, we got the password. Hey Lucien, just paste it in here, and we are Lucien. So this is how we got our first flag. Now let's move to the death. What can we do now? So if you just lsla, there are a couple of interesting files you can look at. You can look at sudo as admin.successful, nothing in there. You can look at MySQL history, and if you just look closely, it's just doing nothing. It's just making some privileges for test user and flushing them out again. So we can usually bash history is not is directed to dev null, but here isn't. And if we just get bash history and move upside, you see this this command it ran. The user ran this command to connect to the MySQL, and it's his password for MySQL. Let's just copy it and connect to the MySQL. MySQL as user Lucien and password. This is the password, and we are into MySQL. So let's just look at the databases. There are a couple of. Let's just use information schema. And now if we look at the tables, and this table is interesting. User privileges. Let's just dump it. Right? So if we just move up and look at the Lucien permissions, we get permission to insert into the database and update the information in the database. So that's a plus. Other thing is, let's just exit from here now, and if we just move to the death user home directory, we see two scripts like getDreams.py, and it's the same script we saw in opt directory, and it's also owned by user death. Alright, let's just cat it and try to understand what's it doing. So it's creating some variables, database user and database password, but it's not the real password, I guess, and database name library. And we also saw about that we had a database library in it. All right. Okay. So next it's connecting to the MySQL using those credentials, and it's running a query select dreamer dream from dreamers from dreams. It's basically selecting these two columns from this table and running this command. Okay. Okay. So it's just running this query in database library using these credentials. Okay. If we check our sudo privileges, we see we can run this Python script with as death user without a sudo password. So if we just try to run it, sudo -u death, like we want to run sudo command as a death user on, and this is the command we're gonna run, all death getDreams.py. If you just press enter, you see Alice, this is the dreamer, and the dream column includes flying in the sky. So this is what it's doing, and but this script got the real password for that user and this hasn't. So what we can do, if you remember, hold up, MySQL, yeah. So if you remember, Lucien user got update and insert permissions in the database. So if we just use the library database and show tables, so here's a dream table, and if you select everything from dreams, here is the output we show above. But how we can exploit this? Here is the important thing. You see the command, it's echoing dreamer and dream, and using this plus symbol. Let's just run something similar in our own machine. Echo null plus hoodie, right? So it's doing that. But if we are about to id, hold up. If somehow we did this, our id, you see, it's running our id command too. All right. So this is how we can exploit this. We can, what we can do is insert into dreams dreamer column and dream column, and passing the values as just pass Voldemort and using semicolon to run another command when it passed the query to this command variable, and it runs that command on the Linux system. So let's just do run a web shell, like we're just do reverse shell for our system, and we'll save it in Voldemort and comma to specify the value in dream. Let's just say no, anything, doesn't matter, and semicolon. It says query okay, so let's just exit it now, and let's just move to the temp, and uh, let's just make a reverse shell to our system. We're gonna use reverse shell, revshell.com, and we're gonna use basic bash shell, this, and let's just do nano Voldemort the basic shebang line and doing this. Okay, we're ready. So now the important thing is, let's just start our netcat listener, and if we run that sudo command now, sudo as that, if we run this script, uh, let me just show you whether what a table look like. Use library and select everything from dreams. You see, this is how our database now look like, and if when this will be passed to that command variable, and it will run in it will run the query, it will run this command for us, and we'll get a reverse shell as death user. Let's just say in process. So that's sudo death python 3 from death get dreams at python. Okay, there was some error in it, and return non-zero status error. I think we didn't pass it the executable permission, and if we run that again, you see we got a reverse shell as that user. Let's just table it first. Import pdy. We don't even need to do that. Let's just cd into the home directory of that user and get for its original password. Cat get dreams of pi. Okay, so this was the password for that user. Let's just check if it's also okay. That I gotta refresh it. 10 10 to 1 2 and 20, and let's just paste this password for that user, and we log in as that. So let's just start it from here. You get the second flag here, and now we need to get Morpheus users flag. So let's just, there's a file viminfo. It will just show what files you edited, and this is a great hint. It's editing a Python library script for shutudl.py, and if we just move to the Morpheus user home directory, and we saw this in Linux smart enumeration scripts output that Morpheus user is running the script as a cron job, right? So what's it doing is it's importing a copy2 function from this library and as backup. It's just a name for copy2, and it's making a backup of this file in this directory, right? Okay, if we just move to this, here is our kingdom backup, and we don't got permission to cd into it, so we can't do that. So if we just go back and look at the permissions, we can't write to this directory, we can't write to this file, we just can read it. Okay, so what else we can do? If we just look at it again, we can, let's import peacepy here, chmod plus x peacepy 64, and run it. Let's just run it. Peacepy will show us that there is a cron job running as root on this file, restore.php, and look at the command closely. We do not got the read permission, we do not got the write permission on this Python file, and we can't change Python 3 path or something. But one thing we can do is we also show that in cat.viminfo. You see, this user last edited this file located at here, right? So we can do that. Let's just wait till it show us the cron job running. date, 2 more seconds. Yeah, so you see it's running as Morpheus user, and you can ID, and ours is 1001. If you just cat password file etc password, you see Morpheus user UID is 1002, and it's running as Morpheus user this script every minute as a cron job, right? So now what we can do, let's just look at the script again. Cat restore, it's using this library. All right, let's just try to find where it is located. Type file name SHUT, and output address to dev null, and you see, let's just pass a py extension. You see there's a Python library located at this path, and if we just lsl to look at our permissions for that file, 3.8 and shutil, you see we got read and write permissions for groups, and it's owned by that group too. So that's intentional, and so we got write permissions to this file. Let's just edit it. I'll prefer vim here. We can go on vim, and let's just search for copy to. Here is the copy to function. This is what it's doing. It's searching for the directory and copying the file. Let's just move up here before the f function, and let's just add a line. Oh no, did I mess it up? Hold up, I messed it up. Okay, so yeah, we can add os.system, and let's just do chmod rwx to home morpheus flag.txt, so we can just read our final flag. All right, and how did we know that we can use os.system here? Because it's importing OS library above and it's using it here, so we can just run this command before we run the backup function. And now just wait for like 10 seconds, and you can look at the permissions for the Morpheus flag. It just got read write for Morpheus group and user, and you see we got read, and we can now just read this file, right? Its permissions are changed as soon as the cron job ran. So this is how we solve this machine, but there is also an unintended way. So if we can just SSH out of it, and let's just move to the Lucien user, right? Hello Lucien. Where is it? Okay, let's just cd opt get test.py. This was the Lucien password, right? So if you just enter groups command, you see we are in group lxt, and this is common in Ubuntu 2004. I rooted my own Ubuntu using this. So if you just Google lxt privesc, so if you're a member of group lxt, you can potentially gain a privileged permissions on the machine. You either it's without internet or with internet. So you can try to ping google.com, and we don't have internet on the machine, as you see, so we're gonna take the non-internet way for this, and let's just see the previous lin piece output here. You see unexpected and root, and it will potentially show us. Let's just see. Let's just zoom out a little. Okay, show me. I'm looking for that. If Olympus found that test and get dreams scripts in up directory. Let's just look a little above. I don't see anything. Just try to learn something new each time, and it's. I don't think it showed us. Okay, that's interesting. Olympus didn't get that. I should have. Okay, never mind. So if you had to just manually enumerate to find these two files, just use will enumeration. You know. Okay. Now I'm gonna do that. Okay. So you can just Google LXT hack tricks and you'll land up on this page. You'll be gonna use method 2 as without internet. Alright, so let's just clone this GitHub repo first on our machine, and it's basically building an Alpine image. Let's just copy this command, copy paste it, and sudo. There is a binary build Alpine, and just sudo build it. What's it doing is -a. It's defining the architecture for the Alpine image. It's i686, like 32-bit architecture for this Alpine image, and it's just determining the latest release. It'll be done shortly. Let's just wait a little, and then we can import this built image into our machine in dev shm. Let's just reset the. Are these different? Okay. We got two different shells. Okay. Cool. One more second. We'll import the file here. Let's just stop this server. Why isn't it building? It's taking a lot of time. Sudo build alpine dash a i686. Enter. Okay. It was stuck for some reason, I don't know. It's building the image. Or is it already built? I don't know. Let's just check the size for Alpine. It's 3.3 MB. Okay. I think I've done this box before, that's why it's getting stuck for some reason. Let's just transfer this instead. We can wait, but let's just transfer this. This video is already too long. Okay. We transfer that Alpine image from our machine to the victim's box. And next is, first do this. First start the LXT service, LXT init. It'll ask a bunch of questions. Just press enter, 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 enter for everything. Okay, the box is getting slow. Okay, yeah. So just press enter, 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 enter for everything, and eventually you'll be back to shell. Now you can import this image using lxe command and just name it anything, like my image. You see, image imported with fingerprint. We got it successful. You can check lxe image list. You see, here is our image name, and this is the image we imported. We can close this, we don't need it. So you can just build that, and this .zip file will be available for it, and you can just transfer it to the machine. Next command we're gonna do is we're gonna initialize a container for our image and pass it these security privileges to true, so that we can mount, like basically get a root on our system. And next, this command is crucial. So you don't need root to complete this ROM, so we're gonna just we're gonna mount home directory instead to our mnt home here in this path, and we're gonna set recursive to true. We're gonna press enter, and we're gonna start our container, my container, you see, and then we can just execute my container and a bash shell. We're into bash shell. You can see your root on the system, and if we just move to the home, there are users, and you can just cat all the flags. So Lucien, if we just move back and lsla, you see, you can cat Morpheus flag, you can cat Lucien's flag because we are root. And this is the unintended way to solve this box. I hope you learned something new, and see you till next time. Goodbye.